Namaste everyone, this is Aisma Bhatta. Hope you saw the previous videos in this series. Otherwise, please do. We are visiting the sixth illustration of this series. Mary had a little lamp in Nepal. We have brought back the prayer flag for you, fly it again. It carries prayer for love, respect, world peace, no homelessness, banish hunger, and no wars. Please send to everyone and let's fly them to all corners of the earth and heaven. First, as always, I will welcome you by putting this silk fabric called katha on your neck. This is the tradition in Nepal. Pujan, our illustrator, has depicted Mary walking to school, and of course, the lamp follows Mary to school. Till 1900, all Nepali children were either homeschooled or sent to learn from gurus in Gurukul. Education was restricted to upper caste men. The first official school was established in 1873 AD for rural children. It was after the democracy in 1951 that the general public started going to school for education, and it took even longer to convince the Nepali people for the importance of education for girls. In the cities of Nepal, now there is abundance of schools. However, in the rural areas, still there is only one school for many villages. Children have to walk for hours to reach their schools. The most common uniform for students of all levels is a plain light blue shirt or a darker plain blue skirt or pants. For tidiness, the male student have to cut their hair very short, and female students have to braid or tie their hair with a ribbon. All student carries their book and papers with them to school every day as there is no lockers. Many schools have a big playground in front of the school building for students to play during their free time. Normal school hours are from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Despite Nepali being the official language, most of the subjects in school are taught in English now. I remember my father used to tell me and my brother that he used to go to school by bicycle, which was 13 kilometers away from home, and at that time there was no electricity, so he and his sibling used to study with candlelight in the night. He also told us that his father, means our grandfather, used to go to India for his study, as at that time there were no schools for higher studies in Nepal. And my grandfather was the only one who got such an opportunity from his village. My mother was the first lady from her community to become a teacher in school. She completed her studies while her friends got married at young age. She said, and I quote her, "I only had boys as friends, as there were only few girls in school. People don't know the importance of education and they believe that a girl is born to do household chores." She had also pressure from society to get married young, but her father supported her. Listening to all their stories, I feel very lucky that I got good education. I didn't have pressure of household work. I only focused on my studies and being a child. Now I am narrating to you in English. I am very happy that Nepali society is changing day by day. People are becoming educated and the country is developing. The festival for this video is Indra Jatra, which is also known as Young Year. It is the biggest religious, cultural, and historic street festival of Nepal, particularly within the Kathmandu Valley. It is mainly observed by the Newari community. I always go with my Newari friends to Basantapur or Indra Chowk during Indra Jatra to celebrate the festival and enjoy the dance of Lakhe. Young Year means Kathmandu festival in Nepal Bhasa. Bhasa means language. The animation is an interpretation of Indra Jatra. There are flowers and garlands, there are floors, there are mugs, there is Ganesha, there is Lakhe dance, there is crowd, and there is color. It is a mela in every sense. Mela means festival. In tribute to Mela, we are showcasing a watercolor artist from Sri Lanka illustrating a Nepali dancer. During Indra Jatra, the advent of the monsoon is celebrated in the name of rain god Indra. Indra Jatra was started by King Gurkha to commemorate the establishment of the city of Kathmandu in the 10th century. The festival commemorates the time when Indra came down from heaven in human form to look for Parijat flowers. In Hinduism, Indra is the lord of heaven. In heavens, Indra's mother needed Parijat flowers for the observation of a festival. So Indra disguised as a human and came down to earth to collect the flowers. While collecting the flowers, he was suspected to be a thief and was caught by the villagers and brought to the king. Indra refused to reveal his identity, and none suspected it even though his celestial elephant began searching the streets of Kathmandu for him. In heaven, Indra's mother grew very anxious and descended on Kathmandu. She lost no time in letting it be known who she and her son were. Great was the people's rejoicing and presumably their embarrassment. Kings and commoners alike celebrated their amazing good fortune with feast and processing song and dance. Parijat is a night flowering jasmine. It is very fragrant and said the flowers come down. The flower is mentioned in many ways in the Puran. But let me tell you as to how the flower got its name. As you can see it white with a blazing orange color in the stem at middle. The color represents the sun. Princess Parijat was a beautiful but sensitive princess who fell in love with sun god. Everyone tried to disguise her as they told her that loving a god is a difficult role, especially sun god as it is much intense, but nothing disguided her. Surya came down to earth to be with Parijat because of her devotion, but she also yearned to go back to heaven. Come summer, its power was so intense it had to leave. Parijat tries to follow him and gets burned. Surya turned to gods for help, and they granted her another life in which she incarnates as a tree. That tree carries the pure white flower with blazing orange stems. They still cannot bear the heat of the sun and shades the flowers in the morning with sunlight. Pokhara is one of the Nepal's most scenic cities for trekkers. Pokhara is the gateway to the Himalayas and the starting point for treks to Jamsam and the Annapurna region. It's also a wonderful spot to relax for a bit, either before or after a hiking trip. It is set at the base of the foothills and surrounded by some of the highest mountains in the world. Dhaulagiri, Manashul and Annapurna first. Pokhara is best known for the stunning view of the Annapurna range. It is perhaps one of the few places on the earth from where mountains above 600 meters can be seen unobstructed from an altitude of 800 meters. Pokhara is also known as the city of lakes. Fewa Lake, Bignax Lake, Rupa Lake, Gunde Lake, Khaste Lake, Newari Lake, Maidi Lake and Dipang Lake are the 8 lakes in Pokhara. Lake Fewa, with its cluster of lakeside hotels, restaurants and shops, is ideal for those looking for a little relaxation. At the middle of the Fewa Lake, there is a temple named Barahi on a small island. The beauty of Barahi is not explainable. There is so much peace, even people brings book with them and read all day there. Whenever I visit Pokhara, I always used to stay near lakeside as I love the view. Last time when I visited Pokhara, I went to Sarangkot to enjoy the view of beautiful mountains. From Sarangkot View Tower, you can see many mountains including Mount Everest if the weather is clear. Pokhara receives the highest rainfall compared to other regions in Nepal. The main reason behind the heavy rain in Pokhara is the range of high hills and mountains surrounding this valley. This region is truly gifted by nature with its mountains, lakes, hills, caves, rivers, and waterfalls. Pokhara is also famous for boating, trekking, rafting, paragliding, ziplining, and extreme sports. Hope you enjoyed the trip with me. The whole series is available as a flipbook if you are interested. For now, I'm saying namaste and see you in the next video. Dhanyabad.